did a bit of that. Yeah. I'm excited. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
I'm excited about what I'm going to share with you today. I've never done this before. Some of our team have heard bits and pieces of what I'm going to share, but for the most part, I've never shared this. So, just a critical time, I think, for collective rec, and especially for this industry. And I think we can set a standard that we need to return to as a profession. I'm just curious because I have a kind of an idea, but how many of you have been involved in network marketing at least 5 years over your life? Just raise your hand and be like, you can see that's like 90% of the room, 95? Anybody over 10 years? Look around. 10, look at this. How many people, 10 years? That's a long time. What about 15? No hands go ahead. I could go on and on, but you guys kind of get the idea. The biggest mistake everybody makes when they enter this industry, number one, is they try to do it with the skill sets and the mindsets that they enter the industry with. They try to do it with the skill sets and the mindsets that they enter the industry with. It's like signing an application, getting a dental bag, and then saying, okay, I'm a dentist now, I'm going to start working on somebody's teeth. It's the same thing. You don't have the skills and attitude. You don't have the skills and attitudes to be a dentist. And when you enter the network marketing profession, you do not have the skills and attitudes to build a team. Why do we think people do? Y'all look at me too serious. Just stay with me, okay? Just stay with me. But that's the number one mistake. So 70% of the people that enter this industry from day one fail. Why? Because they were trying to pull people's teeth and they've had no training. 70%, 3%, and this is what kills it, 3% of the people have God-given talent, skills, abilities, credibility, relationships, where they can go into the marketplace and create a following. They can create a tribe, 3% of the population. 27% of the people sit back and they look at this and they see the upside potential and they hear the success stories of those who are able to do it, and they say, there's got to be a better way to do this. I don't have a tribe, I don't have a following, I don't have a special skill set, mindset, whatever, credibility when I get here, so how do I do it? And that's where the rub in this thing is. That's where the rub is. Because if only 3% of the population can do it, then what is it? So we got to get better. And I look back, and it's like when I joined, I was a 20-year-old snot-nosed kid. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't know anything. But I sit back and I'm watching and I'm observing and I'm thinking, well, yeah, that person can do it. Yeah, he's the number one chocolate distributor in Kentucky. I understand. You know why? He has a health food store. And he's selling in the back of the room. There's reasons people fail. There's reasons people succeed. And what I tried to do is I wanted to figure out, how does the average person with above average desire make this go? How does it make it happen? How can they do it? And here's the reality. We are in the leadership development business. Your long-term income is a direct proportion to the number of leaders that are developed, not found. I need to find me a leader, Dale. The number of leaders that are developed on your team. Developed. We're in the leadership development business. You have to develop leaders. How do you do that? Become one first. How do you become one? Well, I got to get more followers on Instagram and all that stuff. No, you don't. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Brian Tracy said, real leaders develop other leaders, not followers. We're in the leadership development business. Your distributorship is a revolving door. You got people coming and leaving all the time. You just get to a certain level of your following, and you hope that enough new people are coming in, so before enough bad people or other people, thumbsuckers, are leaving. It's a revolving door. That's the truth. Listen, everything I say today is my opinion. It is not necessarily the opinion of Collect Correct, corporate. Okay, but I'm going to lay it on the line this morning, because you guys, we got to get to a different level. I think this company can take this industry to where it needs to go, because it's a dang joke. It's a joke. I can't stand it. I despise it. I do. I love it. I love it. It changed my life. It's changed so many people's lives, but I despise what it's become. I cannot go on YouTube and not throw up my mouth watching people. I just throw up. It's like, who are you? So I'm going to get down to where the rubber hits the road. I'm going to share some stuff you've never thought about. Nobody's ever shared it with you before. But I promise you, we can take this to the bank as a team, as a group, as a company, and really grasp what I'm getting ready to share. We have no competition. We have no competition. We can do this right. We can do it big. But what got you here ain't going to take you where this company's going. You know, people say, "Dale, you're such a great motivational speaker." I said, "Man, I don't know anything about. I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't know anything about speaking. People's motivational." Those that go to that, whatever that's called, that Toastmans or something, they always tell me, they come up to me after I talk, say, "You're terrible. You turn your back on the crowd, you spit on the audience. I mean, you're terrible. Who taught you how to be a motivational speaker?" And I said, "I ain't one. I'm not one. If Dale, you're a good networker, I'm a terrible networker. I don't like people. I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. I'm the dude, when you sit down beside me on the plane, please don't say a word. Leave me alone. I would rather be alone with my own thoughts than anything you got to say." And I believe that. Okay, I am not your network marketer. I am not a motivational speaker, but daggone it, I'm a team builder. I know how to build teams. I'm a coach. Call me Coach Calvert. No, but I'm a team builder, and I understand it at a level that it haunts me. It haunts me. I can't stand it because it's not that difficult. And I know that in network marketing, your long-term income is a direct proportion to the number of leaders that are developed on your team. How do you develop people systematically? What did Ray Kroc do? Does Ray Kroc have the best hamburger? Heck no. But he had a system that would duplicate. Is this hard to figure out? I mean, come on. He had a system that would duplicate. Your personality will not duplicate. Systems will. Welcome to Starbucks. What can we get started for you today? It doesn't matter if I'm in Georgia, Kentucky, California, wherever. It's a system. Can we supersize that? Would you like fries with that? Why do they say that everywhere we go? Because it's a system that works. Systems duplicate. We talk about duplication in this industry. Where is it? There ain't no duplication. It's a bunch of 3%ers, high-performance personality people blowing smoke up people's dresses and saying, "High five you, high five you. Welcome to." It drives me up the wall. I'm going to be calm. Next thing, I'm going to be calm. I'm not going to get behind. I'll leave this. The last thing I want to do, I promise you, is upset you, scare you, discourage you, or frustrate you. I promise. The truth will set you free, but first it may piss you off.
Yeah.
The truth will set you free, but first it may piss you off. What got you here will not take you where you want to go. We all, that means Dale and everybody in this room, must expand our comfort zones and get better. My opinion, again, is not necessarily that of collector at corporate, and I hope they don't pull me off the stage before I get done saying what I need to say today. And I'm kind of serious. What's changed the marketplace? See, when I got involved, some of you remember when this came out in Success Magazine in 1995, when Success Magazine was really Success Magazine. Talked about network marketers creating millionaires at a record pace. Man, we were on fire. It was such a great time back then. So what happened? Now, people think they're successful. I talked to a lady a few months ago about Collector Ed. And she said, Dale, I've been with my company 3 years, and I just love the company, and I love the owner, and I love the product, and I'm finally successful. And I thought, man, that's great. I'd love to hear success stories. I said, how long have you been full-time? She said, well, I'm not full-time, Dale, but I got my $99 auto ship covered last month. After 3 years, and now that's your definition of success? Have we really sunk that far as an industry? Well, now I got my $99 auto ship covered, therefore I'm successful? What's wrong with people? I mean, what is wrong with people? Well, how could we have let an industry that was creating millionaires at a record pace slip to that level? How could that possibly have happened? I mean, really, guys, and some of you will be mad at me. I see the scrawl on your face. I don't care. I'm saying this for you because Collect Direct can change all this. And I'm going to give you evidence why I really believe it. I sincerely believe it. The compensation plans are better today than they were back then, by far. So what's really changed? The marketplace has changed, which we can't control. And then those that we call leaders who are really follower gatherers. Follower gatherers. You got to hear this. Collect Direct has a millionaire creating compensation plan. It does. And it's the most unique product in the history of team building. In the history of team building. There's never been anything like this. Ever. Ever. And you're here. Woo! You're here. It's like being involved in Herbalife during the very beginning. Do y'all understand that? Woo! This is yes and this is no. Y'all should have looked at that yesterday. You all understand where we really sincerely are. This is not hype. It's not opinion. It's not Dave Jordan missed his calling and should have been on Saturday Night Live because he's the greatest communicator, comedian on the planet of any CEO. It has nothing to do with anything. We are lucky to be here at this time and place in history. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. I mean, really think about this. Okay? We're not some lotion, potion, me too, whatever. You got to get this. This is unique, different, ain't never been done before. I'm not getting away from this podium. There's 4 stages to a movement. You can talk about any movement on the planet. And I'm going to talk about the network marketing movement. You can talk about any movement on the planet. They go through these 4 stages. Number 1 is awakening. As the network marketing was born out of the personal development industry. Zig, Charlie Tremendous Jones, Jim Rohn, Stephen Covey, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, so on and so forth. That's where the network marketing industry was born. Because see what happens, you start getting the right stuff in your head, and then you try to go apply that to your 9-to-5 job. It doesn't work. See, you got to have unlimited opportunity to take wisdom of the ages principles and apply it to. You got to have unlimited opportunity. That's how network marketing, direct sales came about. Because if I'm working at a factory, it doesn't matter how positive, how much I believe, all the things that are necessary, how many goals I set. You know, it just doesn't work. I was stuck in the corporate environment. I'm sitting there, I work my butt off. I got 2 quick promotions, and then I'm sitting there waiting for somebody to retire or die before I get to move up. I didn't have unlimited upside potential. Are y'all following that concept? So that's how network marketing came about. And then we had unbelievable growth, especially in the 80s, and then the 90s were unbelievable. And then in 95, Success Magazine comes out, We Create Millionaires. And that was the peak of the network marketing profession, right there, 1995. That was the peak of it. And then we move into, and every movement does, it moves into a speculation mode, where a 3 to 5 year game plan to financial independence ain't fast enough. It's not fast enough. We got to find a quicker, faster, easier way to do it. Because when people go out and it's like we got to figure out a better, faster, easier way to do it. Well, 3 to 5 years is better than 30 or 40 years building somebody else's dream. It's like, come on, guys, 3 to 5 years. Who can't do that part-time? Most people, if you can give it 3 to 5 years doing what most people want, what you can do for the rest of your life, what most people can't. It's good enough. Don't shortcut it. Don't start telling people crap. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. People started listening to the wrong people. They didn't listen to Jim Rohn. They started listening to these self-proclaimed gurus that don't have a freaking clue and have never built a team. That's the truth. That's the truth. They started listening to the wrong people. Y'all know who they are. Do you know their backstory? I do. I can tell you about all of them. The guy that started attraction marketing and convinced everybody that they had to do that. The guy that started it, wrote the first book on it. He was a P.F. Chang waiter. Broke. Never built a team. Never built a team. And convinced everybody that attraction marketing is the way to do it. You can have people come to you. He was a friggin' P.F. Chang waiter. And there's nothing wrong with that, but he never built a team. Why do we listen to people that never have done it? Why? It drove me crazy, guys. I am nuts for a reason. I've been watching this for 40 years. It's driven me crazy nuts. And I'm serious. Ask my wife. I'm not right. I'm not right. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. It drives me freaking crazy. You gotta be kidding. One of these people said, if you want to be a well-trained network marketing consultant, I'll share with you how to be a network marketing consultant, how you can make big money as a network marketing consultant. Even if you've never sponsored your first distributor or sold your first product, I'll show you how to be a high-paid network marketing consultant. You can join my consulting program. It's only $3,000 a month, and I will take you by the hand and show you how to consult others, even though you haven't done jack. He said it. And see, that people know this stuff drives me crazy, so people send me clips and videos, and it just drives me insane. Nobody would know who Mr. MLM was if it wasn't for Jeff Bolson. I got to get off of this because I will roll on this. Jim Rohn said, never mistake sincerity with truth, because some people are sincerely wrong. Some people are sincerely wrong. I've been talking about this since 1999. I did an audio cassette in 1999 called Network Marketing is a Scam. We sold over 1 million copies of it. And I got death threats. I literally, I went to a conference, they made me wear a pistol, and I had to have a pistol carrying. I had to go get trained because they thought somebody was going to kill me. And they would constantly say, Dale's made millions of dollars with network marketing, now he calls it a scam, blah, blah, blah. And I told the office, I just asked him one thing: did you listen to the cassette? Well, no, I ain't listening to it. I don't have to listen to it. It was trying to tell the industry, guys, we got to get back to the core fundamentals that this is built upon, because we can't keep telling people this crap that's not true. And we sound like a scam because what we're telling people can happen, we all know cannot happen. And that was the theme of that audio. And I have not shut up about it. Once this attraction marketing started, I wrote a book. I wrote a book called The 7 Lies of Attraction Marketing. And it sold like crazy. And I had company owners leaving testimonies, and I had a lot of real leaders leaving testimonies. And it sold like hotcakes. And then people started calling the real leaders and the company owners and saying, why is your testimony on Dale's website? Why did you leave him a testimony? Blah, 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 blah. And they started giving my friends a problem, so I took it down. The only place you can get it now is on Barnes & Noble. But I talked about this. Then a few years ago, 7 years ago, and all of them were saying, you have to have a blog if you want to be perceived to be a network marketing professional. And all this crap. And I did a video called The Network Marketing Blogging Hoax. And they didn't like that either. And 2 weeks ago, I did this. Attraction marketing has killed the network marketing profession. And it has. It has. So this is what's happened to the network marketing industry in the last 5 years. We had a little spike during COVID. It went up a little bit. People started joining Amway for the 5th time during COVID. That's sincerely what happened. Look at the numbers. Look at who was joining. That's where we're at. Are y'all thoroughly depressed at this point? I don't want you to be. But you can't win the game if you don't know the rules. I was in Kentucky last month and sitting down talking to my dad, and we were talking about the World Series. You know, I was still hopeful the Reds would get in, and you know, I knew the Braves were going to win it all. And but we were talking about it, and my dad said, Houston, how is Houston playing? What? I said, Dad, Houston's no longer in the National League. They're in the American League now. When did that happen? And I said, Dad, back, you know, there's division play now. Some of you remember, if you're a baseball fan, that there used to be a National League, American League, and the 2 winners played at the end of the year, and that was the World Series winner. Well, now they got wild card games and all this stuff. The rules have changed. The rules have changed. Hockey. I use hockey a lot because there's probably a lot of hockey fans here. I don't know beans about hockey. I know there's 2 nets, and you're trying to get the puck in one of the nets. And I had hockey tickets to a minor league hockey team called the Lexington Thoroughblades for years. And we had 5 seats, and I'd take my family or take friends, and we'd go to the hockey game, and it was fun, and I would watch it, but I didn't have a clue what was going on. I didn't know. I was like most network marketers. I was there. I was on the webinars, but I wasn't on the ice. A lot of you tailgate in the parking lot and think you're building a team. This weekend's football all over the United States. There'll be a lot of people out in the parking lot. There'll be some people in the stands wanting to tell everybody on the field how to play the game. They aren't playing the game, but they can sure tell you how to play it. And then there'll be some on the bench. They're a little bit closer to the action. But if you want to play the game, and if you want to win, you better get on the field. And that's in Collect Direct too. Just showing up and hanging out ain't building a business, my friend. You got to get out there and tell the story. You all understand that? Yeah. It's a numbers game. You got to get through the people. You got to share this. Just hanging out, you just might as well be in the parking lot cooking a hamburger and a hot dog, because you ain't building a team just because you're in the vicinity of where the game's going on. Yeah. I got a $500 bet that I'm not going to come out from behind this podium, so y'all hang with me. For a movement to return to growth and momentum, it must return to its core fundamentals. That's what this industry desperately needs. To return to the core fundamentals. And say, no, truth is truth, wisdom is wisdom. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. I don't care what you believe. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what Dale believes. Doesn't matter what I think. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look at what's happened. So we got to return to the core fundamentals. Network marketing is a personal development program with a leadership, with a compensation plan attached. I wrote this article in 2000. It went out to only company owners. It was part of a magazine that only went to company owners and corporate executives in network marketing. And in the article I said, as companies, we have two choices: inspire greatness or cater to mediocrity. Inspire greatness or cater to mediocrity. We all see where it's gone. And I said in this article, I believe the industry has to return to its roots of personal development and personal growth. We have to create a culture that inspires people to learn, grow, develop, and become all they can become. And instead, what's happened, we've become a culture where we call people rock stars because they stayed on ownership one more month. That's the truth. To win the game, to win the collector-direct game, you've got to understand two things. Number one, the market. What is the market? The market, and think about this, when you think about this, the real market here is not collectors. It's fans. I'll let that sink in. And then you got to understand the numbers. See, here's my dream. My dream is a Success magazine in the future has to do a whole write-up on this company and say, my gosh, what have they done? When the industry's going down the tubes, look at what's happened with this company. When I showed the Taylor Swift article in the stadium yesterday, I really believe that's possible, because I believe people in the company in this industry are desperate for it. Because they understand they're on a hamster wheel. They're just spinning around and around, telling the same daggone stories they've been telling for the last 25, 30 years. But where is the progression? Where's the growth? In 2023, the downward spiral started. You can look at the numbers. The network marketing profession is in a state of transition and disruption. People called leaders are stuck in paradigms of the past. You see a lot of people joining opportunities that, quite frankly, absolutely make no business sense at all. We've reverted from a real business to a social club, and people are grasping for straws, trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it? If people are spending time, effort, and energy with opportunities that have no real long-term upside potential. We all see it every day. Is the collector's market going anywhere? Of course not. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. We can tap into that, and people are desperate, man. You got intelligent people working crazy, stupid, make no sense programs because they don't know what else to do. That's the state in which we are in right now. It's setting up for us. I mean, it's like everybody needs to read this book right now. It came out 20 years ago, but it's so in tune with what's happening today. You know, who moved my cheese? And see, here's the thing. The rules you played by and won with 15 years ago, you won. It's hard, man. Once you won, daggone it, Dale, I won. Yeah, but it was 15 years ago. There's more than 2 teams in baseball now. It's not just the American League and the National League. Well, Dale, I know that. That's why I'm doing my talk tick videos every day. Who taught you to do that crap? I mean, really? Really? Who taught you to do that? Get real. Wake up. Please wake up. Because we are in a very special time and place. We are. It's falling right in the palm of our hands if we do it right. If we do it right. They don't know where their cheese is. They lost their cheese 12 years ago and don't even know they lost it yet. They're trying to do it. Well, Dale, I used to do this, and Dale, I used to do that. Yeah, but it ain't that now. It's different. How do you win? How do you win today? How do you win with Collect Direct? People, smart people, intelligent people doing crazy opportunities. And you see it every day. The industry's full of it. And most of them, I mean, you see it everywhere you go. It makes no sense. And most of it will be gone by 2023. Here's always been the biggest problem. Can't do it no more. I'll get you your 500. This has always been the biggest problem in this industry. It always has been. It's always been the biggest challenge. People think, you know, they're trying to do it like it's 1995. It's not 1995 anymore. And we've always fought this, you know, and we can give example after example, but, you know, network marketing's always brought phenomenal consumable products to the marketplace. Always. And like Noni Juice was awesome. Got a lot of friends that started there and did phenomenal. It's a great product. And as soon as we develop a market for it, the industry, and you can name the product, then before you know it, Walmart is selling it at 1/3 of the price that network marketing distributors are trying to retail the product for. Have y'all ever experienced this? Yeah. It's not going to go away. It's always been that way. All right. Now it's even worse because you've got distributors trying to dump their inventory on sites like Amazon. We see this every day. We got to get real. When I started, 1980, Shacklett Corporation. Shacklett was the #1 nutritional company in the world. Dr. Short, before Shacklett started the company 100 years before. And there I was in 1980, and I was selling Vitaly. Vitaly, any of you were in Shacklett? Because I know some of you just, because in this area there was a lot of Shacklett. Remember that 13 back there? Shacklett was a great company. We were the only one game in town. The only competition we had was one a day. Y'all remember one a day? Thank you, sir. Y'all remember one a day?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only competition I had. If you went to a grocery store to buy one a day, you'd have to dust it off before you bought it because it had been sitting there for months. That's the truth. Now, I can go in those same grocery stores today. This hadn't been that long ago. I go in the same grocery stores today, and this is what you'll see all over the country. They got health food stores inside the grocery stores. Has that market changed?
Yeah.
But most people act like, well, now I did really good with this nutritional product, so why can't I do it here? Because the market has changed. It's not that hard to figure out. 70% of the U.S. population has an Amazon account. Does it make any logical business sense to attempt to build a consumable products company and compete with Amazon today? I mean, I'm just asking. To me, it makes no sense. At Bedell, our product is the best in the world. And we have 3 ingredients that come from Mars. And we have Saturn dust in our product. And you don't understand. It grows back limbs. It changes your eye color. You just don't understand that we're different. That's what they all say. The market has heard that for 50 years from every nutritional product out there. The market is sick of hearing it. They don't care. I don't care that your scientists build this in a special lab on Saturn. I don't care what your story is. I'm going to Amazon. It'll be here tomorrow. Do y'all understand? That's what we're dealing with. You gotta get real. You can't win the game if you don't understand what's going on. Consumable product, network marketing profession is blockbuster. They just don't know it yet. Watch what happens. Mark my words. The trend has started. When I started, this is so important. You've never heard anybody say this, but I'm getting ready to share with you. When I started, there was basically 8 companies. There they are. Amway, Shackley, Herbalife, Mary Kay, A.O. Williams, Watkins, Avon, and Tupperware. 1980. That was our competition. So think about this, guys. I get involved in a business, and my biggest objection was, well, I don't need any vitamins. I get everything I need from my food. We get all of our vitamins from our food. And I could pull out 3 or 4 articles from scientific papers and say, wait a minute, that's not true. Share that. Well, where do I get vitamins? Well, that's why I'm here. I mean, it's a pretty simple business, right? Look at it. It was pretty simple. That was what this looked like. And so many people, yeah, Dale, you did it back then, but you can't do it today. I'll do it. Because I'll figure out how to win. Because I know there's wild card games. I understand the rules have changed. Most people don't get the daggone rules have changed. So, we had no competition, and then this is what happened. See, I can go into the marketplace, and I can say, have you ever thought about starting a home-based business? And it tweaked people's brain. What's a home-based business? You can't start a business from home. You gotta have a tire store, you gotta have inventory, you gotta have, what's a home-based business? People had never heard the term home-based business. It was a buzzword in 1980. And then, so it was pretty easy if you were willing to work and get out there and get your nose bloody and have all your aunts call you Dodo Dale. Dodo Dale selling his Shackley Bible. But if you could get past all that normal stuff, get out of my way. We'll build this thing. I'm going to have that bonus car. I can do this. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then the infomercial came out because of cable. And see, none of us in 1980 knew what an infomercial was. Any of you remember this dude? How many of you bought his course? Raise your hand. I bought it twice. but y'all remember? This infomercials. And what did infomercials started taking away from our potential distributor base? Does this make sense? Y'all remember this guy? How he got rich with tiny little classified ads? Y'all remember him? So, did y'all watch? Did y'all have cable? Don't y'all remember? Are y'all too young? Y'all remember this, right? What about these 2 little twins? Remember them? They were phenomenal. Y'all remember them? Some of you do. You know who trained them? Anybody know who trained them? I'll tell you later. What about this guy? Young Anthony Morrison. Some of you should know who that guy is. Young Anthony. Who's that guy? I got in on it late. We got in on the infomercial late. But infomercials started changing this profession. Then everybody in the 90s had a home computer. And then UPS came on board. And once you had a home computer and UPS, a way to get products to people, it opened up the floodgate. And network marketing companies were popping off every single week. A new company, a new company, a new company. It changed everything because you didn't need mainframe computers to run the genealogies. And then websites like AOL. Any of you remember Prodigy? That was one of the first ways to get online. Anybody remember that? Yeah, a lot of you do. I remember sitting and watching some Christmas special, Rudolph or something with my kids, and this Prodigy commercial kept coming on. And I think that's on my new computer, I think that Prodigy is on my new computer. And when they went to bed, I went downstairs and I got on my computer and I pulled it up. And it's like this whole bulletin board back then. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking, there's something on network marketing. Well, I'm just going to put an ad on there for my new secret cassette. And I put the ad on there and I'm going on and I'm messing around on there. And the next thing I know, the sun's coming up. I'm thinking, my gosh, I've been on here this long. And then I get ready to I gotta go get some sleep. And I looked and I had 72 leads from people that wanted my cassette tape for my business. Things have changed, guys. We gotta understand. Now you go on YouTube, there's an infomercial all over YouTube. People are gonna teach you how to make money doing all kinds of stuff. You can make money with Amazon Kindle, with eBay, which is true. Most all of this is true. How to start a vending machine business, buy crypto, Bitcoin, buy Amazon FBA profits, how to do drop shipping, how to start an Airbnb, how to release out your car on Turo, how to drive for Uber and make money. Sports cars, that sounds interesting. Sports cars, and you can go on and on. And since 1980, there's been over 100,000 network marketing companies that have started. Today, there's about 2,500. Dozens are starting and going out of business every month, and dozens of new ones are starting. And only 21 companies have hit $1 billion in sales. 21 companies have hit $1 billion in sales. Most long-term companies been around 10, 15, 20 years. This is what their growth looks like the last 5 years. And I'm not picking on any particular company. They all look this way. The wellness industry is over. It's cooked. It's squat. It is Blockbuster. Now how depressed are all of you? Here's the good news. And I believe this. It's still the greatest opportunity in the history of the world for average people with above average desire. But if you're an average person with average desire, forget it. You gotta want it, man. You gotta want it bad. But it's the greatest opportunity in the history of the world for average people with above average desire to replace their full-time income, create financial independence, and even legacy wealth. I believe that. And I believe what Dave and Joyce put together here. I sincerely believe this could be $1 billion company. And if I didn't, I promise you, I would not be here. I would not be here. And I just want you to use common sense with me for a minute. Use common sense. This is the first time in the history of network marketing. It's truly about exposure, not convincing. Not convincing, exposure. A collector, you can't convince them to buy collectibles. They're going to buy what they want to buy. You don't have to convince them to change brands. And I want you to really sincerely ask yourself, whether you decide to be a part of it or not, do you think in 10 years we could capture 1% of $1 trillion market?
Woo-hoo. Yes.
1%.
Yes.
I I think it's going to happen with or without you, with or without me. But here's what people don't understand. You know what 1% of $1 trillion market is? We only need 0.1% of $1 trillion. 1% of $1 trillion market is 10 billion. 1% of $1 trillion is 10 billion. We only need 0.1% of the market to build $1 billion company. Guys, I heard a preacher one time, he said, if you could see the future, we would all be millionaires. If we had a crystal ball and we could see the future, we would all be millionaires. And I felt like standing on my pew and saying, no, we wouldn't. Not if we don't take advantage of what we see. Average people with above average desire. You got to have above average desire. But guys, how can this not happen? How can that not happen? I don't understand how this could not happen if we do what we should be doing, the people in this room. I just don't see how it could not happen. Everyone who understands the collectible niche expects Collect Direct to have the largest customer-distributor ratio in history. I believe individuals will have 500, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 customers. I just believe it. I just believe it. This is not an internal consumption program. It's a customer acquisition program. I really believe that. You got to get outside of your little MLM box and get out there and find customers. You can't build a real business if all your customers are inside your box. The minimum goal of the next 18 months to 5 years for me personally, and I think everybody should feel this way, is 3,300 customers. I talked about it yesterday. Here's why. 3,300 customers. When you really look at the numbers conservatively, and this is why I came up with 3,300. If they bought every month, that would be $165,000 in volume you're doing every month. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think $50 is low for an average price, but I'm using $50. If they bought $50 a month, but it's not going to happen. But I do believe that they will buy 4 times a year. I believe that. Your customers will buy 4 times a year. So based upon those numbers, 165,000 4 times a year, 660,000 total annual customer volume. If your average retail rewards is 17%, your income is $112,200. If you never enroll one person, that's your income. I believe you can create those type of customer numbers here. I understand that the $50 a month average is going to be low when it's all said and done, because we all know what David's going to do. Do you think he's not going to have 100,000, 200,000, even $1 million items on this website? We all know he's going to do that. He's going to do that, and that's going to skew these numbers, obviously. So it's not that big of a deal when you really sit back and look at it and look at the inventory and look at the vision of the founders here and what can happen. Will one day we be selling collectible cars? It's a good possibility. So the only thing you have to focus on every day, this is it, nothing else. 3,300 customers, 6 diamonds. You're going to be financially independent. You're going to set up your family for the rest of your life if you do nothing but focus on that. That's how you're going to win this game. That's how you win, I promise you. So the question is, how do we get large numbers of customers? Yes, we want to point, click, and share everywhere we can. But how do we really play this game today, and how do we win it? This casino probably makes most of their money on blackjack, but you know what? They make money from every game out there. You have to play every game you can play. You got to look at your calendar every week. Where's the comic book show this month? Where's the baseball card game? Baseball card show. Baseball card show. Where's the football game? Where can I get in front of a lot of customers? Really, where can I get in front of a lot of fans? Where can I get in front of fans? Fall festivals, antique shops. We're going to have a direct mail piece just for antique shops. Baseball card shows, comic book shows. Targeting collectible groups on social media. Then if you just have 10 conversations a day, hey, do you collect beanie babies? why do you think I collect beanie babies? I don't collect beanie babies. Do you collect anything? Yeah, what do you collect? I'm a football card collector. Conversation started at 10 a day. 10 a day, that's 300 potential customers a month. Average people are willing to do, above average, willing to get out there, tell the story, talk to people, get in front of as many people as you can, figure out where the fans are, get your postcards out there. It's simple. The people that expose the most number of fans wins. That's how you win this game. Dale, I'm not a good salesperson. Let the postcard do it. Shut up. The less you say, the more money you make. Hand out the information. It's not difficult. It's too simple. This is so simple. We do not have to convince people to change brands. Get that. You got to understand it. We're not trying to convince them to buy our new nutritional product with ingredients from Mars and give them the full explanation. We do not have to do that. This is an exposure game, not a sales game. But see, you see it through the sales game glasses because some of you have been on this hamster wheel for 10, 15, 20 years, and you cannot do this the way you've done everything else. This is different. This ain't that. I told people, don't say a word. If people ask you a question, just say, they just pay me to hand out these postcards. They just pay me to hand out these postcards. They just pay me. And if you will do that, you'll make a ton. When you start trying to explain and talk is when you screw it up. That's the truth. That's the truth. Hand out the literature. Where literature flows, cash grows. This is going to be the secret weapon, I believe. This is the secret weapon. We can target a large number of people, collectors, right now through eBay. Every time a package goes out, Don and I went to a yard sale, and I had one of these hats that had a camera in it, and I'm going to be so cool. I'm going to go out, and I'm going to go yard selling, and I'm going to buy all this stuff. And then I'm going to have the video so I can teach people how to do it. And our camera got all screwed up. I don't know what happened. I think we threw it away or something. It didn't work. It was some kind of deal. I tried. But we tried. And see, here's the reality. I can go, especially in our area where we're at, Dawn and I on Friday, we try to go to the lake. So I told her, in the summer, we're going to get up. We're going to get up early every morning. We're going to do a yard sale sweep, buy a bunch of stuff. Then we'll go to the lake. We'll hang out all afternoon. Then we'll come back and we'll list it on eBay so people can see us doing it. And when we do that, guys, every time we sell a beanie baby, we can put a postcard in the package. Are y'all following this? This is gold right here. This is gold. Every time you sell whatever we bought, whatever collectible, we're going to include. We're making money creating leads.
Yay!
Some of you on my team are giving me a dirty look and said, Dale, you weren't supposed to tell them that. Man, we gotta build this big. We gotta build $1 billion company here. We gotta all come together. We gotta do it. We gotta all do it. We gotta get smart. I'm almost done. But you can make, like 2 weeks ago, I think, my wife's one of the biggest resellers with Hallmark in the United States. We buy collections, we buy out stores, whatever. We did that picture yesterday. I think I showed you us in a U-Haul. That's when we flew into somewhere in Florida and bought this huge collection and put it in the U-Haul and drove it back to our warehouse. And that's what we've done. I mean, we like it, we enjoy it. She can make phenomenal money, 400% return. So, a couple of weeks ago, she found on Facebook Marketplace a collector that was selling out their collection. I think it was 440 pieces. And she called and negotiated, made the deal. And we met this lady at a Lowe's about an hour away from us. She drove an hour, we drove an hour. And we bought 440 Hallmark. We did a video training for it. 440 Hallmark ornaments. And I've always taught, that this is the best way to create leads. So what we'll do, she'll sell all of those. And when every time she sells one of those ornaments, she'll put in information on Collect Direct. And we'll do this from now on. And if you did nothing but this, you can make money while you're creating leads for your business. If you did nothing but just this. So she's got a whole training on that. You can see the beanie babies back here that on her desk that we bought at a yard sale. And this is fishing in a barrel, guys. Who couldn't do this? Everybody here can do this. This is too easy. 3,300 customers is nothing if you start thinking about how you can get it done. And I wrote a book on this like 8 years ago, How to Double Your eBay Profits, and it was all about the ride-alongs that you put in the package. The ride-alongs that you can make a ton just with that. So 3,300 customers, I believe if you decide to do it, you can do it in 18 months to 5 years. I really believe that. Not to mention, all you need is 150 team members doing $100 BV, doing the dugout, and you're in diamond with 150 people. Guys, come on. This is not that difficult. No, you're not going to sit back on your computer and make talk-tick videos and get wealthy. That ain't going to happen. But if you're willing to get out there and do the work and grind. See, some of you know, I've been doing this 15 years. I'm not going to grind. Grind, man. You got to grind. Go back and grind again. Get your nose bloody. Set the example. I love it. I love it. And I remember some of the people I worked with in the past, they say, Dale, when you talk to people, you get the same stupid objections I do. Yes, we all do. It's just part of the story. I ain't got no boo-boo does. I know I got to get through numbers. I know if you get through the numbers I do, you will have the type of success that I have. But I get through them, man. I get through the people. Next. And then they call, well, I think I possibly might want to get, I think I might, just sucking on their thumb. I think I might possibly want to join your team, Dale, because it looks like y'all are doing really good. And I think maybe the collectibles market might, do that. Thanks for calling. You do not qualify. Have a good day. Go join Live Good, they'll take you. I probably shouldn't have said that. My wife tells me that every day after she hears my phone conversations. Because I'm looking for 6, man. How many are you looking for? 6. Y'all, don't complicate this. Don't complicate it. Make it easy. Think bigger. Go where the fans are. Think bigger. Man, if this doesn't become a $1 billion company, I cannot tell you how disappointed I'm going to be. Man, I've been doing this over 40 years. I've never been part of a $1 billion company. Never. That's the only reason I'm here. That's it. I want to end it with this one. I really do. But it's going to take all of us. Because it's going to be the people in this room that are going to get this to where it needs to be and make it happen. And the talent and the experience and the understanding is sitting in this room. It is. Woo-woo! It sincerely is. But you got to understand how to win the game. And you've got to understand, it ain't 1995 anymore. This has changed. It's easier in a lot of ways. It's really, if there wasn't so much fluff training out there, people trying to teach you how to do that, which they've never done, that you get distracted. If you could just focus on wisdom of the ages and what will sincerely create income and move your business forward, and only focus on income generating activities and nothing else, you can crush this. You, whoever you are, wherever you are, sitting here, you can crush this. Not because you're great, because you understand it's a numbers game. I can get through the numbers, and I'm here at the very beginning. I'm fortunate, I'm blessed to be here at this time and place in history, and I'm not letting this one slip through my fingers. That's my hope and prayer.
Yay!
Thank you.